I'm going to open it up with some poems. So, if cell phone goes off, then I got to pick it up and answer an iambic pentameter, and that's always fun, right? So here we go. I'm just going to get it started. My mind wanders back to old blacks, rest their backs in old shacks. Let Dizzy Gillespie bless me with his gold sacks, the cold facts. Ain't that something? See, I know that Dizzy plays the trumpet, right? But the more that I live, the more all the ideas and people that I meet and the thoughts in my head seem to swirl around inside till they collide like bam, And not bam, like bam, like I remember and understand in an alternate land on a night that never happened how I got beat in a slam by this beautiful man from Afghanistan who crawled across sands, picks up with two hands a yellow packet marked not food and goes bam, bam, like ghosts that are at homes on the inside of my poems and they moan. Everything that is lives in memory of what could be. Well, I am everything that I should be, just different than I expected. This ain't the path I'd have selected, but I feel that I'm protected, and I walk where I'm directed, and right now I'm directed to bam, like Brooklyn Academy of Music, bam. Brooklyn Academy of Music, bam. There you go. Where Black Panthers stock blocks, right? And Ali used to box, where Biggie and Pac first rapped about rock and cops and how they never be stopped. And I wonder what they thought the second they were shot. Were they filled with resentment or poised to be lifted? Did they go how they intended or just how they predicted? And inside, Dizzy gets busy with Beethoven and Bird, and genius gets blurred like the opposite of dreams deferred. So music, it's like painting, it's like dancing, it's like words, and you could feel the greatest sight you ever heard. So Picasso, in my mind, writes scriptures. And Gillespie speaks now through all horns. And Neruda, he paints pictures of the day that I was born, and the pain looks exquisite upon my mom's face, because it is difficult work to release your grace, push it through into existence. The greater the blessing, the greater the resistance. The greater the struggle, the greater the progress. Now, y'all can struggle a lot more, and y'all can struggle a lot less, but regardless, the struggle is proof that you God bless. So, whether you live in the projects, a mansion, a house in the hills, or on the street, whether you dance with your man up in African sands and you ain't got feet, if you're in the kitchen bitching because I cannot stand the heat, well, I promise you the kitchen is cooler than hell, and you can still get water. See, it can always get hotter. It can always get colder. You will only get older. You will someday die. You will on that day try to redeem yourself in the eye of the Creator that made you, that lost faith in you when you decided get through was the best you could do. No, you could do better than to just survive. You have to hold your heads high, spread your wings wide, and decide to do what I do and fly. But you keep your head down and go on through the years. And your biggest fear is your peers will forget you or hear. Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret that should ease your mind. Memory is just rented space filled up with borrowed time, stacked on top of full crates. Y'all should live unstoppable like fate. Oceans, tides, nomadic tribes, ancient scribes scribbling diatribes in Sanskrit, the spinning of the planet rotating on its axis, little kids pulling backflips on the back of a mattress, the well-practiced tongue tactics got you coming out your backless gown, screaming, damn, I just want to be down, screaming, God resounds wherever poets abound, so damn straight he found up in his poetry lounge, and yes, I am down. That don't mean I stay low. I go to God's house twice weekly, play him poker for halos with your feet stretched out and your eyes closed. You can't catch it when my mind goes, because my mind wanders. Thank you. A little water. The bottle save the earth. This is one of the ideas of the LA Ideas Project. How are y'all? Are y'all sufficiently beginning to wake up? Feel a little good? All right. So I'm going to do one more piece, and I'm going to move on. Later on, you're going to see my brilliant partner, Sekou, Andrew's going to be up later right before lunch, and then at the end of the day, the two of us are going to come back and work together, which is exciting for both of us because we've been, we perform a lot separately, writing poems, creating poems and plays for all kinds of different corporations and all other different ideas that are blossoming all over, trying to help align the science of the mind with the mind and the art and the heart. So, but we have a play that just had a run in New York and it just got asked back for another run. So we're excited to be here in LA together and honored by Grace and Cooper. Thank you. So this piece, I couldn't decide what piece. And as I talked to Grace and Cooper about the theme, this piece came into my heart. So I was asked to write it by Amnesty International. And I just have to say, throughout the day, those of you who have been here before, those who haven't, it's an honor for me to be here just as a person, as a human, to get to participate in this exchange that you guys have created. And I know what it was like from last year to watch all these brilliant minds go one after the other. So happy to be here and honored to sort of bless the stage for all who come next. So this piece was written for Amnesty International, and it's specifically for any political prisoners, but really, truly, it's for all of us to remember that there are those dark moments for all of us, but we survive that, and it's exchanges like this of breath and bone and blood and shared bruises and shared fellowship that remind us we're not alone. So this is that poem based on a true experience. So here we go. Every month, I get this letter from Amnesty International asking me to help. Seems there are far too many souls for one to tend to properly, and it's safe to say we have overwhelmed God. And so some people, they get lost. And Amnesty feels that a simple word of kindness can reach down into the darkness we all fall into at times, close fist the fallen by the heart, and yank them standing. And so it is by official request that I find myself at a desk writing these words to whisper across some great divide that you, tulip, growing in the splash of a storm drain. You, sunlight, refracted through a beer bottle prism, man drowning, head unable to break the surface, hand lifting high above the water, fingers formed into the okay sign. There you are. And if the world's close enough to death to lean in close, put your arm around him and whisper Gloria Gaynor lyrics in his ear. And if the world has encouraged you to be invisible for so long that even your shadow is confounding, then find me folded up beneath your bed, reminding you to trace your silhouette with your eye, exhorting you to dig up some memory, bring it to the surface where only you know it's there. Hold it in your stomach, clenched tight like a locket with a picture that you look at whenever you forget why you are fighting, because if you forget and drop your head, it would be of no consequence to life. You could give up, lay down, and die, and the world would not even for a second consider slowing its spin. But if you were to die today, somebody's world would pause. And if not for that at least one person who would reflect upon our passing with a pause, we owe it to whatever force it was that pulled us from the dust, fashioned our bodies from absolute values and right angles, mingled ourselves with hyacinth and koi, summoned up from nothing the shock of tongue, taste of pomegranate, sharp inhale, urge to the lung of jumping into glacial runoff at 6 in the morning, the evolution of rib, creation of flesh, the astonishment of cells that effervesces into cornea, petal, river, rock, and root and hand that holds and lifts and balls and fists or fingers out, caressing or clasped in prayer to God or love or science or whomever it is that goes there, that set it all in motion, that would be right to be insulted if it came too easy to your lips to say, I'm done. You're not done. Not even close. Not yes, so stand. Too weak, then sit up straight. Too weak, then slouch. Can't do it, then roll over on your back. And if not that, let your jaw go slack, lay your tongue to the side. Make room for your voice to escape into the sky. You are not done. Your resurrection has begun now. So open wide your arms up and lay across the floor like a skydiver crucified against his yearning to be free, his wanting for more. Wanting is so bad, it hurts. And if there is nothing you can do but pray, then pray loud. And if God is kind, gravity will release you long enough to free fall 6 feet into the air and land stand on your feet in a standing position, and if it helps you any to know you are not fighting alone, then know it. If it helps you to know that somewhere in the night a poet is working feverishly on your behalf, then know that too. And finally, if it helps to read this poem, read it out loud, letting whatever words bouncing off whatever walls wrongly presume they can contain you, let them sustain you. After all, every word that backflips from your tongue and alights upon your ear reminds you I have set out to find you, and from the other side of the world, I have your heart. Tight-fisted in my hand, and I'm tight clenching it back into a beat you could dance to. It's not pum-pum, pum-pum, pum-pum. It's more pum-pum, pat, pum-pum, pum-pum, pat. That is how I hold your heart, like that, like a hummingbird in flight, poised on the edge of eternal night, trapped by the jaws of a cat, captured but not killed, held but not hurt, grabbed and frozen, wings spread and waiting, everything inside leaning towards the moment of release. Boom, boom, that is how I hold your heart, like a fish still swimming, even in my palm, because its brain has not accepted this is water no more, because I might want it to live as much as it wants to, because if it holds on long enough, the world might finally hold boom, boom, back, boom, 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 boom. That is how I hold your heart, like a train crashing headlong into a mountain. Inside, a man is running towards the back. This train collapsing in on its destruction like a book being shut on all its characters. This man, the one character trying to outrun his ending, and if he can run fast enough, he believes he can make it out the boom back and jump. Face against cold night air, he will jump and hope it is far enough to make a boom back to life. Boom, that is how I'm holding your heart. Like I will not let it give up. Like I am tapping it a message in Morse code. I am telling it, lean forward, hold on, jump. You are almost boom, boom, back to life. This is not your ending. From across the ocean, my hand is extending, palms up to you, because this time the world holds boom, boom, back, boom, 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 back, boom, boom, back, boom, 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 back, boom, boom, back, boom, 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 back. This time, the world holds back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.